Good afternoon, I'm Sean Yao and this is One News Now. The country's unemployment rate went up again in July. The Philippine Statistics Authority reported that the country's unemployment rate went up to 4.8% in July from the 4.5% in June. This is still lower than the 5.2% in the same period last year. Nevertheless, the absolute number of jobless workers declined month on month as the labor force contracted. Meanwhile, underemployment also jumped to 15.9% in July from 12% in June. That's equivalent to some 7.1 million Filipinos looking to work longer hours or hunting for a second or third job. The PSA noted the most decline in employed workers from the following sectors: wholesale and retail trade, motor vehicles repair, agriculture, and forestry. Still on the labor front, minimum wage workers in CALABARZON's private sector are up for a pay hike. The Region 4A Wage Board announced an increase of up to 50 pesos, bringing the daily take-home pay for non-agriculture workers to 520 pesos and 479 pesos for those in the agri sector. Employees in retail and service establishments in Cavite, Laguna, Batangas, Rizal, and Quezon Province will now be getting 385 pesos per day. The Labor Department said the pay hike that takes effect on September 24 will benefit over 700,000 minimum wage earners. In other news, some retailers in Muntinlupa City are now limiting rice that consumers can buy every day to just 1 kilo. Amid the price ceiling on the staple, rice sellers explained that the purchase cap can ensure that they will not run out of supply. Retailers added that stocks of cheaper rice are hard to come by these days. Some consumers could be forced to buy the pricier kind of rice in order to satisfy their daily needs.
Para po lahat ng dumating o lahat ng ano yung mapagbigyan, hindi isang tao. Kasi kung isang tao po ang pagbibigyan natin, baka sa 2 oras ubos na po yung stock namin, hindi po aabot maghapon. Kaya hinahati-hati lang namin.
2 kilo sana. Mamasahe pa ako ng 20 pag pabalik ako dito. Doon na lang kahit kung may 50, yun na lang bibilhin ko kaysa mamasahe pa ako ng 20 pesos dito pag bumalik ako dito.
Meantime, some retailers have resorted to putting up fake price signboards on special rice to show that they are complying with the price ceiling. That, even as the Trade Department already clarified that the price cap only covers regular and well-milled rice. The local government of Muntinlupa is warning against cheating, adding that it could extend assistance to struggling rice retailers.
The top consideration siguro would be in easing yung cost ng rentals nila. Pero kasi kino-compute din kung ano ba ang impact din sa amin nun in terms of the revenue generated by the market. Pero sa tingin naman natin na kayang ma-absorb yun kung hindi tatagal ang situation natin.
One expert has also raised red flags on the proliferation of adulterated rice in markets. In an interview with The Big Story, University of the Philippines School of Economics Assistant Professor J.C. Punongbayan said that the price cap on rice may seem to work at the beginning or in the beginning. Eventually, though, retailers could decide to hold off selling the staple to avoid further losses. When this happens, Punongbayan explained that demand for rice could shoot up.
This spells huge losses on the part of retailers. However, this will, for example, cause certain changes in their behavior. For example, they might decide that they may relabel certain low-quality types of rice and present that or sell that as high-quality rice, just so they can sell that rice, their rice stocks at higher prices.
We're going to pause for a quick break, but One News Now will be back with more stories after that. Keep it here. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Malacañang has justified the resignation of Finance Undersecretary Chelo Magno, saying that she was clearly set on maligning the Marcos administration. In a statement, Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin said that Magno has been against the policies of the government and even made this public on social media. While they support the right to free speech, Bersamin claimed that it will be counterintuitive to keep Magno in their employ. Bersamin did not specify which social media post was found offensive. Recall that Magno posted a graph on her Facebook page back in September 2, showing the relationship of prices, supply, and demand of commodities. On August 31, President Bongbong Marcos signed the executive order setting a price ceiling on rice. Magno will be resuming her teaching duties over at the UP School of Economics after her resignation from the DOF, which is effective on September 16. In other news, PhilHealth has assured that it has enough funds to pay for its members' claims. In an interview with Radio 5, PhilHealth spokesperson Israel Francis Vargas said that they will pay most of the 27 billion pesos that they owe hospitals within 90 days. Vargas explained further that there is a lengthy process to evaluate these claims, which is the reason why the state insurer has incurred debt. He also encouraged members to keep paying their premiums in order to sustain PhilHealth.
Ang PhilHealth po ay may pera upang mabayadan ang lahat po ng ating claims kung meron naman tayong pagkakautang or sa lahat ng mga dumadating po na ating claims. Huwag pong mababahala ang ating mga miyembro at meron po tayong pera.
And here are some highlights from the recently concluded ASEAN Summit. President Bongbong Marcos is now back in the Philippines from Indonesia. One of his most notable pronouncements from the summit is a call on other ASEAN leaders to act on China's, quote, dangerous use of Coast Guard and militia vessels in the West Philippine Sea. The president also expressed concern over the militarization of reclaimed features in the South China Sea. Recall that on August 5, the Chinese Coast Guard ship fired water cannons at Filipino vessels in the Ayungin Shoal en route to a resupply mission. Meantime, the chief executive and Vietnamese Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh have discussed a possible rice importation deal. Pham proposed a 5-year agreement for the export of rice from Vietnam to the Philippines. Marcos Jr. welcomed a long-term supply agreement as an opportunity to dampen volatility in domestic rice prices. And the Philippines and South Korea have also inked a free trade agreement. Manila believes that the deal will strengthen investment relations with Seoul, generating jobs in the long run. Under this trade deal, the Philippines will export bananas and pineapples to South Korea at zero taxes over the next few years. It will also give South Korea's vehicles and auto parts sector greater access to the Philippine market. Moving on, there are about 85 million Filipinos who are Roman Catholic, according to a Philippine Statistics Authority report released in February. In this religion, one woman stands out, the Blessed Virgin Mary, who is especially remembered today, September 8, on her birthday. Laila Pangilinan tells us more.
For devotees, Salamat Maria is not to be missed. For Sheila Reyes, the annual Marian exhibit brings her comfort. She lost her father to stroke last year, right after giving birth.
Dito lang din ako umiyak. Umiyak lang din ako umiyak dito. Kasi naaalala ko sa kanya dito. Sabi ko po, kung pwede ko lang hilingin na bumalik yung tatay ko eh. Hihilingin ko kaya lang alam ko. Nasa mabuti kalagayan ni tatay ko. Walang hirap, walang sakit. At least kayo, tahimik na siya.
Ramon Flores, on the other hand, tries his best to go to all Marian exhibits in Metro Manila to thank Mary for her intercession.
We went through hell, my family went through hell. But with the miracles that Mama Mary interceded, nabuhay po ang parents ko of their cancer ailments.
As seen in this exhibit, Mary comes in many forms and in many names. Nuestra Señora Milagrosa de Badoc of Ilocos Norte, Birhen Caridad of Ilocos Sur, Nuestra Señora de Festejada of Rizal, Malabon City's Immaculate Conception, Nuestra Señora de Remedios of Pampanga, Nuestra Señora de Guia of Ermita, Manila. There were a total of 77 replicas in all in this corner of Araneta City in Alimol, Cubao. While the exhibit ended on September 7, these images of Mama Mary will be on display again in October, the month of the Holy Rosary for Catholics. The organizer explains why the Marian Showcase is in the mall of all places.
We try to bring Mama Mary to the people. Nasaan ang tao ngayon? Nasa mall. Diba? So, ang mga tao nagmamadali, pag nakita nila itong exhibit na to, humihinto sila. They pray. And that's our advocacy.
Another advocacy is to start devotees young. Since birthday celebrations are well enjoyed when we were much younger, the exhibit also features these La Niña Marias, or images of Mama Mary when she was still a child. The images of the Blessed Virgin in small sizes send a clear message that children too can venerate Mary.
Parang isa itong kultura, pop culture na nga siya, sa Marikina at sa Rizal, na every time na Holy Week, birthday ni Mama Mary, ganyan, yung mga bata, syempre hindi sila makakahila ng malaking karosa or they can't afford mga life-size images like these ones. Nagsisimula yung kanilang devotion sa ganito. So nagpapagawa sila sa mga tatay nila ng karu-karuhan as their way of showing to Mama Mary how they love her.
In her divinity, Mary is held an intercessor for miracles, handmaid of the Lord. But in her humanity, and for many Catholics, she is, more than anything, a mother who loves and comforts her grieving children. For News 5, Laila Pangilinan, we are One News.
One News Now will be back at 3:15 p.m. Join us again later.